Hello boys and girls, welcome back to the Steak and Brush. I'm Christine and we've got another foundation review for you today. This is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. I have tried this once before, but I didn't wear it for very long. It was just kind of in a get ready with me, and so I thought, since I sort of liked it, or I liked what I saw of it, I'll put it to a full test. So we'll do our 3-day test. If you are new here, the way I do foundation reviews is I do it one day. I always start out with my No Poreblem Prime Essence Primer from Touch and Soul. It's because it's what has worked under the most finicky foundations. So I always start with this. I try not to set my face with powder or setting spray, but we'll just we'll take that how it goes. You know, sometimes you just have to. And then the other 2 days I try other 2 types of primer, setting, all kinds of different things, so I can really try to give it the best chance, because lots of times, you know, you just need to find that perfect combination to make something work. So yeah, that's where we're gonna start. I've already primed my face, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. This is in number 30, Neutral Sand. Here, we'll put 2 pumps. Oh, it's a little on the runny side, like very. That's okay, I have no problems with that. Do half my face with the blender and half my face with a brush. I have only tried one other Catrice foundation, but I really liked it. It was, I'll pull it out here in a moment when I get a second. It was the one that was pretty much a dupe for the original Fenty. And I really liked it. I mean, I still have it. And I wear it a decent amount. The biggest problem with it is that it had a horrible shade range. I mean, we're talking, I think when it first came out, there were only 4 shades. I got lucky, one was pretty good for me. I think this is a really good shade as well. The things we're looking for, you know, I'm 44, I'll be 45 in May. So, you know, I have deeper wrinkles up here, which things tend to sit into. I have some texture. It's right around the border where I put my foundation and my concealer. So sometimes, you know, it's hard on that area because, you know, sometimes it's increased by the foundation, sometimes it's the concealer, you know, so that's hard to kind of judge. I don't have too many problems with pores, but I do have dark spots, especially right here is my darkest one. So, you know, covering up dark spots is a big thing for me. Let me get out the other one. Yeah, here it was, the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It says it lasts up to 24 hours. Not that I ever really tried that, but that was the original one. I guess I should have read what the claims were on this. True Skin but Better Hydrating Foundation with hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed oil. Leaves a perfectly even skin tone and natural matte finish. Medium to high coverage with a comfortable skin feeling. Dermatologically approved. It says it's vegan, microplastic particle free. So yeah, that's what we've got on this one. So far, I like the way, you know, I just did 1 coat on the blender side. Let's take a brush. This is just a cheap brush I got at Kroger. Have not really been enjoying brushes lately for my foundation. I just haven't, you know, I go through phases. I said this every time. That You know, sometimes I just love brushes, sometimes I love blenders, but right now my skin seems to be in a give me a blender mood because everything else just looks very kind of streaky. And I feel like the brush is giving me more texture than the blender. Yeah, I already feel that. I definitely like the blender side better. I don't know if it's just putting too much product down at once. Let's see if I bounce it out a little bit. Yeah, I definitely like it a lot better with the blender. Okay. And the thing I always find though is I can get it, you know, like right now it's my dark spot is really decently covered up there, but as soon as I put some product like highlight or something on it, it's gonna go away. Alright, so just looking at it this way, it's not settling into anything up here. I mean, it's just seconds in, so if it did, that would be a bad sign. Looks pretty good. Usually the places that it'll look worst are my nose, the tip of my nose, and right through here. Sometimes I get a dry patch that it'll cling to and it'll peel off. I don't see anything like that happening now, but if it's going to look powdery, this is where it'll look powdery. My chin looks good so far. So far, so good. I would definitely say this is a natural matte finish. This is pretty tacky. I think I need to set it. I'm going to go ahead. I'll set it with some powder. I'll do the rest of my face, and then I will be back, and we'll talk about how it looks then. Okay, I am back with a full face of makeup. I did end up setting it with a Too Faced Peach Blur. My bronzer is from the Hourglass. Blush and highlighter, these top two colors. In the Wet n Wild, My Melody and Kuromi. My eyes are from the Pure Festival 2 palette. Just trying this out. Really digging this pink color. Let's see. So I'm not really digging these lashes though. These are Lava Lashes, Los Angeles. I think they came in a BoxyCharm. My sister-in-law gave them to me. But let's look at the foundation. It looks good. It does. It looks really good. Again, nothing settling in here. And, you know, that's one of the, you know, the big places I have problems with. My nose still looks really good. No polka dot pores. You know, everything blended well on top of it. So I am not going to set it with any setting spray. We're just going to see how it goes from there. But I will check in at the end of the night and let you know. Okay guys, it is the end of day one. It's been about 8 hours, and I thought we'd take a look and see how this looks. It actually looks like I have a lot of pasta sauce around my mouth from dinner, is what it looks like. Sorry about that. Okay. What do we see here? Cheeks look great. No problems there. Forehead looks a little oily. Let's see here. Yeah, I can see very clearly. I can see where I pressed my fingers into that. Although it's not so visible on my fingers. But I can definitely tell, and you can tell the shine has gone away. I don't know how much I like that. It's not settling into lines, though. So that's good. It does. It's bringing out some texture throughout here. And as I do that, it's moving away. It's moving the product away. Didn't take a nap or anything like that. I've, been trying, with the exception of apparently pasta sauce. I haven't been touching my face that much. Nose still looks really good. Chin is breaking up. It just looks... Yeah, it looks a little shiny, and before I did that, I did notice it looked a little powdery throughout the day, especially right through here. And of course, I did set it with powder. So tomorrow, I think I definitely will try a fixing spray. If nothing else, and not necessarily to keep it, to make it last longer, but so that it kind of melts that powder down to look a little more non-powdery. But I mean, I think this is really good. I don't think it's terrific, but I think it's lasted pretty well. My under eyes look like a hot mess because the mascara I used, I forgot I hate and I need to get rid of, because it always raccoons underneath my eyes. But besides that, so far so good. Tomorrow I'll try a different primer. Like I said, I'll probably have to set it with powder, but I'll try a setting spray as well to get rid of how it looked on my chin earlier, and hopefully we can keep some of this oil down. I mean, again, I think I'm pretty normal. If I do get oily, it's gonna be through here in this T-zone, but I don't know. It's a little oilier than, I mean, I know it's not oily, but for a normal to dry skin girl, that's kind of oily. So, all right, we'll see what tomorrow brings us. I'll see you then. Okay, it is the end of day 2, testing out the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. It's been about 8 hours, and today I did use the Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer, what do they call it? Primer. That's the word. I did also set everything with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and finally I used the Catrice HD Active Performance Freezing Spray. I will say, first of all, that when we look at everything up close, we cannot look at my chin because, of course, I'm wearing this bright, bold red lip, and I had burgers today, and every time I eat something like a burger and I bite into it, I open my mouth real wide, and then I get a nice lipstick line right there. So I had to wipe away right through here. So that's because of that. Okay. So I can say right now that I like this better than I did yesterday. Oh, do I have some lipstick up there too? I am a complete mess. I don't know how I do this to myself. All right. Yeah, I think this looks better than it did yesterday. I wish I knew how it wore on my chin, but my nose looks really good. Nothing, cakey or dry looking right there. We're still pretty kind of greasy. I'm thinking because my skin is dry or normal to dry, and it's winter, I've been, moisturizing a lot, and I've been adding this Fourth Ray Vitamin C serum, and it's a oil in the morning, and I'm thinking maybe that's affecting this, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not, it kind of gives a glowy thing. I'm just not used to that. Maybe tomorrow I'll try to remember not to use that and see if that's what's been affecting it, or use it everywhere else but my forehead. Because everywhere else looks, I don't have that greasy, it's not even greasy. Just for me, when you're so used to being dry or normal, having any kind of thing like that, it's weird. But yeah, blush, bronzer, highlighter, all still there. I use both cream and powder products. Powder for my bronzer. I used a cream brush and a powder highlight. So, everything's good there. Yeah, I think it definitely does look better than it did yesterday. I don't know if that's necessarily down to the primer or the setting. I think tomorrow, hopefully I'll remember, I'm going to try to use the Milk Hydro Grip primer and see how that works. I'm just feeling like if I'm getting kind of slippy up here, that if I use any kind of silicone-y product, I'm going to have problems with it. So I think it's best to try something like that. But that's where we are. We'll check in tomorrow for the final day and get my final thoughts. I'll see you then. Okay, it is finally the end of day 3. It's actually been about a week since I did day 2. I'm just not in the mood to wear makeup. Weather's been really crappy, haven't gone anywhere. But yeah, so today I did not use my vitamin C oil before I put the makeup on. And I did, for primer, I used the Milk Hydro Grip, and I did not set my face with powder. I did use all powder products for my cheeks. And for setting spray, I used the Matte Finish by NYX. So let's take a look and see what we've got. Okay, right away I can tell it's not, I do not have the, where it's overly dewy, almost greasy, so we're going to chalk that up to this. Or this. One of those two things. But, let's see. It looks pretty good in my forehead. It's settling just a little bit, but it's not bad. You know, it's highlighting some of the texture through my nose. I guess I should also say we're at about 8.5, 9 hours. That was an important part. Sorry. You know, my nose doesn't look great, but it doesn't look bad. My chin, it's starting to break down. That's usually the first place it does. You know, but, you know, I'm a messy eater, so I get stuff there a lot. Everything looks good. Blush, bronzer, highlighter. I'm going to say, if I don't use this, I think my favorite day that I used it priming-wise was whatever, was it this, I know, was it this primer I used? I can't even remember now, but it was just a regular hydrating, you know, moisturizing primer. No silicone or anything like that. I think that is the best way to go. I don't think it necessarily needs to be set with powder if I'm not using something oily. If I am feeling a little oily, I think this might, you know, if I think it's looking a little oily, maybe because of this, if I use the matte setting spray, I don't know, maybe I should have tried these two together, but it seemed a little counterintuitive, but maybe now it's not. Anyway, you know, I think this was a good product. It just dawned on me today, I don't know why I didn't think about it, that the original was probably a dupe of the original Fenty, and then Fenty came out with the hydrating one, so yeah, this is probably the dupe of that. I used that a long time ago when it first came out. I just had a sample. I didn't have the full thing to... I don't have a full thing to pull it out and test it side by side, but I think I remember feeling about the same, that I think I liked the original better, but this wasn't bad. So, you know, I mean, I'll use this. I'll definitely use this. I don't see anything horrible about it or anything like that. It's not one of my top foundations that I would say, you know, I love it, but it's definitely worth using, especially at the price. I don't even know what I paid for it now. I'll try to remember to put it down here on the screen, but yeah, I would like it. If you like the Fenty Dewier hydrating one, and you know, and you don't want to pay the price, this might be good to try. Or if you like the original Catrice and that's too dry on your skin, maybe try this one. But I think that's it. I do have another new foundation coming in soon. So I've got, that's the NYX Serum Drops or something like that. But, yeah, if you see any other foundations coming out that you would like me to try, let me know and I'll get a hold of it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that jazz. Hit the bell so that you're notified, and follow me over on Instagram at steak_and_brush. See you at the next video.